Welcome back to Equal IT's Shining the Spotlight series, where we shine the spotlight on incredible initiatives that are working to drive positive change in the STEM sphere. Today, I'm so excited to welcome the incredible team from the Brown Girl League. And it would be amazing if you could all introduce yourself, please.
Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be here and talk about what we do, our mission, our purpose, and everything around our league. So, in terms of who we are all the co-founders. I'm Jainna, and I'm a project management degree apprentice at Leonardo. I joined my apprenticeship scheme straight from school after receiving really good university offers, and I just thought an apprenticeship is the right way for me to progress in terms of my professional development and my personal development.
Hi everyone, my name is Sonal Jain and I'm a software engineer at Goldman Sachs. I joined my apprenticeship program again straight out of university. I had a really big interest in banking and finance, and I also enjoyed building things and super involved in technology back at school. And when this opportunity of joining the Goldman Sachs software engineering apprenticeship came up, I thought it would be the perfect way to build my technology toolkit while having exposure to working in a bank and the banking industry.
I'm Suran. I'm a digital transformation consultant at IBM. I'm on my third apprenticeship. So my first apprenticeship was actually in a law firm doing my level 3. And then I moved on to do my level 4 at IBM and now my level 6 degree apprenticeship as well.
Can you shine the light on the founding story, how the three of you come together?
So I actually messaged Tara and Jaina on LinkedIn. It was a cold message, and I was reaching out to girls who I thought were super proactive, really ambitious, and people I could connect with both on a personal and professional level. We agreed to meet for dinner, and we just hit it off straight away. We ended up staying till like 10 p.m., like really late, and we had a really good time just getting to know each other, and we recognized that we all had a similar sort of cultural background, and also we were facing similar challenges in finding people who we connected on a personal and professional level with. And that's sort of where the idea stemmed from. We realized that there are other brown girls out there who have this need to find people who they can talk to about professional career development, but also connect on a personal and cultural level. And that's where the Brown Girl League stemmed from.
Wow, so it all stemmed from a cold outreach message, and that just highlights the power in coming out of the comfort zone, right? Putting yourself out there, being a little bit proactive, and more importantly, having an authentic and genuine approach if you are going to do cold outreach. So, how did that, I guess, idea come to life?
It was one of those, I think, just like Sonal said, we met and it felt like we were all speaking the same language. Like we all had the same challenges, both like kind of personally and professionally. And literally, I think it was on the first day that we met as well. We were like, there have to be more of us, and it's just that we just haven't met them. So we all have quite different backgrounds as well. So kind of the way that we ended up in the careers and the paths that we ended up in, and we all work in such different industries too. So whilst it's still corporate, we do have similarities, but also we have a lot of differences as well. So after that, we were like, there must be more of us. So how do we find more of us? And that's how the Brown Girl League was founded.
I love that you bring different elements that come together and complement one another. And what resources did you need to seek out to actually create the Brown Girl League?
Social media has honestly been our best friend. We haven't actually officially launched yet, which is my favorite line at the moment. And we literally just put a feeler out there. We thought we knew that there was a need for it because obviously there were the three of us and we found a need for it. So we were like, there must be more of us. And even before launching, I think last time I had a look, we're at 1,300 followers on LinkedIn, which is insane because we were honestly thought we will get about 30 followers, you know, like family and friends will give us a follow. And then we realized, oh my gosh, no, like there's genuinely a need for this. And then we've had corporate companies that we honestly wouldn't have thought that would have interacted with us so early on have emailed us, have held meetings with us already to just basically say, what do you need from us? How can we support? How can we get involved? Because the reality is that ethnic minorities, we're known already to have to work 10 times harder than our counterparts to just have a level playing field. So to now know that there's actually a community of genuinely incredibly hardworking individuals all in the corporate setting, working really hard on very similar work, but also very different work at the same time, it's definitely sparked an interest. And we talk about EDI and DNI and all the different terms for it all the time. So it's really important and really nice actually to, be able to give a platform and be able to actually work off that platform and make a difference as well.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion is so important. There was a study that I read a few weeks ago now, and it highlighted that over 80% of folks wanted to work in a company that values diversity and inclusion. So it's so important. And social media, that's been a real game changer for you. And it just highlights the absolute need of what you're building, that support system. So what is your focus and mission at the Brown Girl League?
The whole aim originally was ethnic minority women within the corporate setting. And all three of us were super passionate about everything to do with the Brown Girl League, but we all had like a specific interest in each pillar.
So one of the first pillars is building a meaningful community, which is one of the primary reasons I reached out to these two in the first place. I think the community pillar is around building meaningful relationships with those who you can connect on multiple levels, not just you have those friends that you go to for career advice. You have those friends that you go to for friendship advice or personal advice. We want to build a platform where you can connect with someone in the league who you can speak to about multiple of those things. I can go to both of these girls with anything on my plate, with anything that I'm facing, good news, bad news. And I think that's the sort of essence we want to create within our community. So the first pillar is building a meaningful community.
The second one is supporting career advancement. So a big thing for me was I just wanted to be able to see more ethnic minority women in like positions of leadership that I actually could like looked a little bit more like me and had similar backgrounds to us as well. So mine is all about career advancement, and also a lot of us, not a lot, I'm not speaking for all of us, but there are quite a few who are going to be like first generation in the corporate world as well. So not having like being able to ask parents for advice when it comes to stocks and shares and pensions and stuff like that. So being able to have more of those transparent career conversations, talking about salary, talking about career progression was super important to me. So that's our second one.
And finally, we've spoken about personal and professional development, and that all sort of goes beneath the umbrella term of empowering personal growth and ensuring that as an individual we are whole-rounded, we are confident, we are focused on our mental health, we are physically active, we are ensuring that we are looking after our bodies as much as our minds. It's creating that environment and that space where you can become the best version of you.
These layers are so important. Often when we're on the road to career, I feel like we can leave behind our mind, our body, our spirit, and it should really be having that sweet spot of all of these different pillars that you're focusing on to help us thrive and to help us flourish. So how do you plan on delivering those pillars to the community? What do you have in store?
So currently we have our pre-launch events, which will all be focused on our pillars. So our first one is today, and we're very much excited about that. And we've labelled that as building the foundations of the league and sort of creating that community whilst also touching on all those pillars and seeing what those brown girls, as I like to call them, and what our brown girls need from us and what we need more so in the environment, in what we need more in the corporate world as well. So that's coming in the pipeline. It's very exciting, where we will host events that are focused solely on one mission, but also focused on missions as a whole, where you can touch on all of them.
That is so exciting. And how was the process for you from creating the event, the process for that?
It's taken a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it really sort of makes you value as well how much work goes into events that are out there, but also how important it is to put that work in so that that space is created. We're so excited to host the Brown Girls today, and we're so excited to see what their responses are as well to the event and what more we could do, because this is only the beginning of the Brown Girl League and the future is so bright. We're so excited about what the future holds.
In this experience, have there been any surprises for you along the way?
I definitely wasn't expecting the amount of traction that we got so early on. Because when we first posted on LinkedIn, we have the group chat that we use. We were putting gifts in every time the number went up. It was a new funny number, and it was getting to the hundreds, and we were like, oh my god, people need it. We knew that they needed it. We didn't realize how many people. And then it was getting to 1,000, and we were looking at each other going there are a lot of eyes on us, and there's a lot of, and because I think it's fair to say as well, all three of us in the companies that we're in as well, we do a lot of work. Like we're relatively prominent within like the apprentice, early professional scene as well. So when you get the three of us together, it's all of a sudden like, what's going on? Like what's, because the three of us, we've all been in the same award categories externally. So it's now seeing like the names that you see like often in different award sections and like, you know, like in different areas come together, and it's like, what are they actually up to? And it's like we're looking at each other and we're going, what are we actually up to? like where are we going to take this? So I definitely think the traction has been like a big surprise of mine anyway.
Especially in such a short amount of time, because we only posted our first post in July, and we're in September now. And it's just increased so much, and we just didn't expect that sort of traction so early on.
I think one thing I love about like us three coming together is we're all from different backgrounds. We all have different jobs, and we all work in different industries. And the way our strengths complement each other in putting things like events together, putting the strategy together. We have Jainna, who's a social media pro. And we all just work together really well, which I think from that first LinkedIn message, I had no expectation from this, and to see how far we've come as a trio is something I really didn't expect.
And I also think that as much as it's the Brown Girl League, we're also friends at the same time. So just creating that friendship where we're able to feel comfortable with one another and have that sort of space, that safe space as a free. So I'm getting goosebumps speaking about this. Safe space as a free, and then using that sort of love we have between each other to build a community for more girls to also feel that same love.
It's the being able to celebrate each other as well, which I think is so important. Like, you know what, I think to be fair, when I got my promotion and stuff, the girls were the first person I wanted to tell, like, guys, my title's changed. You guys, you should know about it. And it's just being able to have such a wholesome friendship where, you know what, it's just love, like, and to be able to give that to others in the community as well, and hopefully, who knows, maybe we'll get like, I was saying earlier, I was like, maybe we need like the Brown Girl Villa, like, you know, like holiday, like abroad kind of thing for everyone. But it's just, I think Jaina's right when she says like you get goosebumps thinking about like how big hopefully this can develop and what we can turn this community into.
You know, you really complement one another, and I have to say it's just so beautiful to hear how the friendship has been developed along the way, and that's now led to the Brown Girl League. And I'm so confident there will be many more of these friendships internally within the community. I'm already thinking of the Brown Girl retreat, you know, in a villa, all of those fun things. Like you say, the possibilities really are endless. How can companies support your mission?
So we've I think this probably goes on to one of your previous questions as well, of like kind of things that surprised you. We've had messages like individually, we've had emails to the Brown Girl League email as well, that have said like, we've had meetings by you girls. And it's like big corporate companies that have seen it and they found a niche and they're doing something, and this is important. And you know what, at this stage, it's actually just making yourselves known that this is something that you're interested in supporting. So whether that be through messaging either of us, like either one of us individually, whether it's sending an email out, we are in the process as well of setting up an advisory panel. So that is basically getting together industry leads who are passionate about this space and who are willing to support. And it doesn't have to be, you know, like in the grandest of ways possible. It's literally just showing the support, and then we can work together to try and collaborate, whether that be on events, whether that be something larger scale. We'll figure that out. But at the moment, we're just setting up an advisory panel. So if anyone companies wise wants to get involved, then just reaching out to us, send us an email, and we'll make it happen.
And flipping the lens, are you open to volunteers as well?
Arms open to anyone who wants to support us. I think a lot of the time at this early stage, we are looking for people who are inspired by us to get involved, and that means your own idea, your own take on something. Then we need that, because we are free brains, but there are over like 7 billion people in the world, so we need as many brains as possible to make this work. You don't have to be a brown girl to support. You don't have to be an ethnic minority to support. You could be an ally. You could be any background. You know, we've all fighting for the same cause and for the same safe space and for that same mission. So we can work together as a team and get involved regardless of your background and who you are.
Unity is our greatest asset. And what change would you like to see in the industry?
But one of the main things for me is representation. I want anyone to feel confident and comfortable to start in a corporate company or any company, and look up and be able to see themselves within the leadership teams and see that reflected as well. And that's a big thing for me, and I guess that goes off our career advancement pillar as well.
I think for me, it's building that strong peer group network within all organizations. I want to be able to have girls who I connect with on multiple levels. I want to sit next to someone who I can speak to in my personal, cultural, or professional development about. And just having those strong, long-lasting relationships within your organizations with people who you can connect with on multiple levels.
And I think internally, in terms of who you are yourself, seeing ethnic minority women at the forefront of sort of these initiatives and seeing them so confident with themselves that they can do whatever they put their mind to, and seeing that development in them to be confident, to be empowered, to be strong, to take whatever obstacle comes at them and know they can handle it.
I know they've got a support system.
And they've got
each other.
Having that support system is such a powerful tool, and that is exactly, like I say, what you're creating with the Brown Girl League. How can everybody get in contact and follow the amazing things that you're going to be doing?
So we're on LinkedIn, that's where we are mostly, and I guess that's our more professional take, but we have Instagram as well, and that's a bit more personal. I think we post a bit more about sort of meetings. Yeah, we're a bit more vulnerable on Instagram. Post more sort of like the behind the scenes and what we're up to when we're in meetings, and yeah, getting excited. That's more in touch with the community. It's more community based. So send us a DM, direct message us. If you want to be more professional, send us on an email from LinkedIn. And yeah, we're excited to hear from you. Get in touch.
Wonderful. I will add all of the links in the description box below. So for those watching, listening, however you may be digesting this, please get in touch and follow their amazing work. It has been so great to shine the spotlight on the amazing things that you're doing, and you're only getting started. So I'm excited to keep following your work.
Thank you so much. Loved being on here.